Greetings, humanity. Welcome once again to Abject Adventure Gamery. I don't know how to say words anymore. I never do. I'm Jim, and I have once again Lucci. Hello.
Hi.
We have survived. We actually managed to make it back 2 weeks from the last time. This is momentous.
It is unfortunately the rarity currently.
Yeah, I know. Life does the life thing, alas.
Yeah.
But was there any recent gaming stuff you wanted to talk about, or anything that you've had going on besides various things we spoke about in the ether prior to going live?
No, I don't think so. I am scheduled to start a Ticket to Ride legacy game in the new year.
Oh, nice.
That'll be
cool.
when people return from their various holiday outings sometime in the new year. We will start doing a legacy Ticket to Ride game, which I'm kind of excited about.
I have trouble remembering if I've actually played Ticket to Ride or not, because I know about it. I know some of the rules, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I've seen the board many times, but I can't. It feels like a game, but there have been several times when I've almost played it, and then it's usually at a con. I don't own it.
Yeah.
And so it's usually at a con or some other gathering, and like I almost play it, and then something else happens.
I recently did something. Okay, so out of the versions that I have played at cons or somebody else's house, I prefer the Europe version of the game, the Europe map. There's some of the mechanics in there that I like better than the base game, and I probably haven't played enough of the other ones to know what carries over or what not. But like I have it in my head that that's the one I want. So while perusing Temu a few months ago, they had for sale very inexpensively, as Temu does, a European train rider board game for sale. And I went, oh yeah, well, let's do that. This is obviously a ripoff of the game. I want to check it out. Oh no, it's not a ripoff of the game. It's a photocopy, and I mean that in every sense of the word.
Oh dear.
The cardboard, we'll say cardboard box, is a poorly scanned copy of the game, printed on folded cardstock, as well as the board, in quotations, the board on slightly heavier cardstock than the box itself. And some injection molded pieces, which I can only assume are taken off the original injection molds and are probably fine, but I can't bring myself to look at it.
It's quite literally a bootleg of the game.
It's like it used to be, like going up to those tables in New York. It looks just like that.
Those conventions where you would go around and there were all those booths with those people with these orange and yellow videotape cases. The type of deal.
No, this is the ones where they had the blank sleeves where they have a bad printer, and they took a photograph of the movie.
Oh my god.
Cassette box, and then they slid it in
Yeah.
to the front. It's like that. The reason I can't bring myself to play the game is I'm afraid while I'm playing it, somebody is going to stand up and walk in front of my periphery while I'm playing the game, like like somebody recorded it in a movie theater and people are getting up and walking in front of the screen.
So it'll have that experience. I mean, you know, I want to see where this train went. Unfortunately,
it's so sad. So
oh wow.
I will be getting a proper version at some point.
Cool, good. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Well, you know, sometimes you just never know when you're gonna get. But yeah, I have been doing mostly preparing for various games. I've been still doing working laboriously on game design, trying to do something by hopefully the end of the year. Maybe we'll see, as far as getting a thing out into the wild that I've been working on. But more about that soon, perhaps. And working on the games that's going to start in like December. I've got some tabletop gaming coming up in December that I think one of which is going to I'll be on well I'll say at the end one that's happening this weekend, but then let me see. Something I didn't actually even mention last time that I was going to is, like, last month I did go to a con briefly. We have a little local con here, and it was the first time I actually have been to a con since like 2019 or so. So it was not a big con, so it was, you know, just sort of dipping my toe back in. It felt like just about there were times when people were clustered up a bit, and I have to be careful. I have a lung thing, so I got to be careful when I go out still, because contrary to popular belief, COVID is not gone, and neither is the norovirus necessarily. So I do have to be careful. I was masking a good portion of the time, even that I was there. But again, I played one game, and then I left, and that was just on Friday afternoon, so like the first time slot, so that people hadn't had much of an opportunity to get up close and personal with each other yet. Not a like a good 2/3 of the attendance hadn't arrived yet. That kind of thing.
You're not gonna get me. I'm gone.
And actually, it was a good thing I did, because I found out later someone I actually went up to and someone that I went up to and hugged. I found out later. I found out later I had tested positive for COVID. No, I tested both before and after, so I knew it wasn't me.
Right.
So I just want to make that clear. But it was the thing. I was like, well, I dodged a bullet there.
So, at some point, presumably after you, they received a COVID hug.
Yes. So I'm just like, so apparently my plan worked. Yeah. But so it was apparently I did the right thing, because apparently there were several reports of COVID from that even that small con. So it's just like gotta be careful. But I did get to play to try out a Cypher System game that was recently kickstarted. I don't think it's completely out yet. It's called Harrow. It's a sort of a crystal punk type setting. Kind of post-apocalyptic fantasy type deal, but things are slightly differently themed, and all manner of creatures are sort of infected with these crystals that grow everywhere. It was interesting. It was an interesting game. Also kind of different. It was also the first table I'd played at in a number of years. I mean, I started doing games online like back in 2018, so as far regularly. No, it's
Yeah.
been a while. It's different. It's different. Also, yeah. Sorry.
No, I recently got notification that a Kickstarter I forgot I did is getting fulfilled.
Excellent.
Like 2 years after it should have been, probably. But it was a follow-up to, I don't like what some of the first Kickstarters I did. I think you and I were still playing games and whatnot, and I got.
Oh yeah.
I think we went to Con Carolina.
Yeah.
Or something, and we sat down. I don't know if we sat down, but we played the Oz role-playing game.
Oh yes. I think that was at Con Carolinas.
Yeah, and we sat down and we played some of that, and I kickstarted that. They came out with a sequel, which is Oz Pirates.
Oh, nice.
Or they're coming out with a sequel that's Oz Pirates.
Yeah.
So that should be should be coming out soon. So I'm curious about that.
Nice. Well, I guess we better get going with this, as we actually have limited time today, so we're gonna just sort of plow on through into Zork 3.
Oh, damn it! I had something for this. We are about to do again what we've done before, and maybe once before. It kind of gets a little timey-wimey, but we're here to start what we've already done.
Yes.
And with that, let's begin again.
Yes. We're starting Zork 3 once again for the first time. for the third time, we're doing it for the first time. And so the good thing, luckily, is that we have the map. So we don't have to. We're not starting over in the sense that we delete the map and start recording it all over again. Thankfully, we don't have to do that. So we know where things are. We kind of know what to do at this point for most of this. It's just up until we get to the dungeon, which is going to be different. The only thing we haven't had. So, as we begin once again, I shall switch us over to the other music. The thing there, and I just sort of want to mention. Let me see, where did it go? Oh, it went away. Let me bring that up again. There we go. Okay. There it is. Okay. So, we are once again starting out on the endless stair. As in a dream, you see yourself tumbling down a great dark staircase. All about you are shadowy images of struggles against fierce opponents and diabolical traps. These give way to another round of images of imposing stone figures, a cool, clear lake, and now an old yet oddly youthful man. That was where I saw it. Okay. He turns toward you slowly, his long silver hair dancing about him in a fresh breeze. You have reached the final test, my friend. You have proved yourself clever and powerful, but this is not yet enough. Seek me when you feel yourself worthy. The dream dissolves around you as his last words echo through the void. That's where I thought that he looked young.
Right.
This is once again back to 1982. Endless stair. You are at the bottom of a seemingly endless stair, winding its way upward beyond your vision. An eerie light coming from all around you casts strange shadows on the walls. To the south is a dark and winding trail. Your old friend, the brass lantern, is at your feet.
Fucking brass lantern.
Yeah, I know. Freaking. All right, I'll pick that up. So I have a recommendation. One thing we know is time sensitive from the very beginning is the thing with the is the thing with the earthquake. By the way, we're going lots of spoilers for Zork 3 as we're going ahead here. So do we want to go ahead and get that out of the way first?
Yeah, like go and get the
little key
or whatever. Yeah, off of the aqueduct.
Yeah. Basically, the whole thing.
We can do that, and then we can go fight ourselves in the woods.
Yes. Excellent. Fighting a being who is probably us from the future, and whom we killed last time, sealing off that timeline.
I feel like as we start this game for the third time, why do you keep hitting yourself? Is a little reductive.
It kind of is. So, let me see. Okay, so this involves going down to the lake, as I recall. As I recall, this is, let me show everyone the map. So we start at the Endless Stair. This requires us going down through to the shore of the lake, jumping in the lake, getting in the lake, trying to grab stuff out of the lake, going over to the western shore in the scenic vista, getting the torch, putting the torch in the spot where we're going to end up landing, which is going to be the damp passage, and so that we'll have light when we get there. Grabbing that, basically putting that there using the scenic vista table, and then coming back, getting back in the lake, getting the pendant that's in the lake, if after we dive down, which we can do early or late, doesn't matter. The pendant or the whatever the amulet. Southern shore, going through. We need the grue repellent. You get through the dark place. I think we can also get that from the scenic vista table, if I recall correctly.
I think so. Yeah, because we take it from Zork 2.
Yes, that's right. We steal it from Zork 2 somehow. Are we undoing everything? This whole game is about weird time loops, I think, in some ways. So put on the grue repellent in the dark place, go down there, go get the key, go down the manhole, to the aqueduct, cross the arch, go down the water slide and into the damp passage.
Yeah.
So that, I think, is our itinerary. So let's start doing that.
Yeah, let's go down. Let's touch a table.
Turn on ye lamp. We're in the junction of a north-south passage and an east-west passage. To the north, you make out the bottom of a stairway. The ways east and south are relatively cramped, but a wider trail leads to the west. Standing before you is a great rock. Embedded within it is an elvish sword. We'll be getting that soon, but we don't need it yet. So south to the creepy crawl. South to the foggy room. South to the lake shore. Okay. Turn off lamp. I think we have light here. Drop lamp. We have nothing right now. Go jump in a lake. No, okay.
Yeah. Cannonball.
Yeah, I had to try.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in the lake. On the lake, you're floating in the surface of the lake. Water is ice cold and there's survive here. Very long, questionable. Swim north puts you at your starting point. We should have saved probably because there is a thing here that can kill us. Conditions to the east are poor, where the lake turns into swamp. The west and south shores are suitable for walking. Do we want to do the? Actually, do we want to do the dive now, or do we want to dive when we come back?
Let's dive when we come back.
Okay. Yeah, because we'll have to go down there anyway to get anything
the
else.
Get the grue repellent and everything afterwards. Yeah,
because it's going to come out of our hands.
Because we have to bring that stuff to the other shoreline. So.
Yeah. Righto. Western shore. On the western shore of the lake, ground here is quite hard. A few sickly reeds manage to grow near the water's edge. The only path leads into the rock to the south. Scenic vista. You're in a small chamber carved into the rock. With the sole exit to the north, mounted on one wall is a table labeled Scenic Vista, whose featureless surface is angled toward you. One might believe that the table was used to indicate points of interest in the view from this spot, like those found in many parks. On the other hand, your surroundings are far from spacious, and by no stretch of the imagination could this spot be considered scenic. An indicator above the table that reads 3. Mounted on one wall is a flaming torch, which fills the room with a flickering light. The indicator above the table flickers briefly, then changes to 4. Checking my notes. Let's see. 4 is the temple where we die. It's the sacrificial altar. So we have a second.
Nope.
I'm going to go ahead and save here because there's like multiple steps.
Yeah, I mean, let's skip the death cult today. I'm just,
Okay.
you know.
If you insist.
There's always a lot of risk that comes with death cults.
It's fair. I'm just seeing what I named the last save game, which is just basically a mental breakdown, essentially. Basically. So we'll get the torch. We now have the torch. And we're just waiting for the... We're just waiting for it to go to room number 8. I think that's the one.
Yeah.
As it turns, because we're not going to need the wooden timber that from Zork 1.
I mean, are we gonna get it anyway?
We can if you like. Do you want to get the wooden timber?
I mean, you know, just in case.
Just for completion's sake?
I would hate to not get it and then need it later.
That's fair. That's very fair. Okay. No, I totally get it. Okay. Indicator is changed to 1. I think that's the one we want for the timber. Yep, broken timbers. Okay. Now we must touch the table. We're in the timber room. We're instantly transported to another place. We'll get the timber. We now have the timber. We may as well head east. Ladder bottom. To the bottom of the ladder, which is as far as we can go. And we're back in the viewing room. And so, I guess...
We touched the table.
Yeah. I don't know if we're yeah, sure. Why not? We're back in the timber room.
Oh.
We went too fast.
Bastards.
Oh, they do this sometimes, you know. They do. They do. Let's see. Okay, gonna just wait here a second. Back in the viewing room. I'm gonna drop the timber. Okay. I'm trying to stir my tea quietly.
Ding ding.
You know what I forgot to do is I forgot to put the things in the tea that actually make it worth drinking, so I'm going to need to take... Don't read too much into that. I'm actually talking about sweetener packets, but still.
Yeah, what? I mean, what are you talking about? What? Huh?
No, just these. Just, Splenda and stevia, apparently, are the things that I do that with. Vitally important.
Stevia sounds like he's splendid.
Yes, that apparently is the case. That's what I've heard. I don't know. I only have the end product here that's harvested directly from his soul, from what I understand. So, it's... Human soul is good. drain all their hope away. It's delicious. Okay, anyway.
You went a different way. I went with
did.
the whole I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier. Da, 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 da.
Oh, actually, the table was at 2. Now it's at 3, but that's okay. We can leave the torch. So we're at the damp passage. A stone channel steeply descending into the room from the south, covered with moss and lichen. Too slippery to climb. The channel crosses the room. The opening where it once continued north is now blocked by rubble. I'm going to drop the torch here.
Right.
And wait for us to get yanked back.
You dropped the timber here, too.
That would be great if I hadn't dropped it just a moment ago, because I was a fool.
Oh, okay.
That would have been a good idea. That would have been a really good idea. We can do it again. I mean, we can still do it if we want to.
That's fine. It knows where it is, and just you know that if later in this game we need the timber, and in some inexplicable reason we cannot correctly do it, you know whose fault it is.
Yes. Yes, of course.
And you are looking at Twitch. You know whose fault it is.
I picked the timber up again.
You.
I've got it. I've got the timber. Curse you.
That's right, audience. You too can bully at home.
All right. I'm going to touch the table now. It's saying the right number. Okay. You know what would have been great is it... Okay, God freaking damn it.
Yeah?
I moved ahead too fast, you see. It's pitch black here because we needed the torch for this, and I already dropped it in the other room. I'm going to go ahead and restore. Remember how I said it was complicated, and so just in case we went ahead and saved? Yeah. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to do that. Yep. Okay. Doing that. Getting the timber. Okay, waiting. Back in the viewing room. Okay, it's now at 2, touching the table. Room 8. This is a small chamber carved out of the rock at the end of a short crawl. On the wall is crudely chiseled the number 8, the only apparent exit to the east. Let me actually change the screen here so people can see what I'm typing. The only apparent exit to the east seems to be a blur, and a loud whirring sound resounds through the rock. In that freaking carousel room. A spray can is in the corner. In large type is the legend, Froboz's Magic Brew Repellent. Get the can. Yay. Read the can. Froboz's Magic Brew Repellent. Instructions for use. Apply liberally to the creature to be protected. Duration of effect is unpredictable. Use only in place of death. No warranty expressed or implied. You suddenly find yourself back in the viewing room. All right. Greetings, Red Unite. We're presently trying to avoid the grooves. They seem to be everywhere. Looking at the table, the indicator is moving to 3. This now is where we touch the table. And it will take us back to the damp passage where I will drop the torch and the timber. There we are.
Who's got dry torches?
Yeah.
I only said torches. I know it's singular,
Ah, that's
but
fair.
torches in a song sounds like it goes better. Who's
Yeah, if you
got
say
dry torch?
yeah, that sounds like a
torches.
condition of some kind. I don't know.
Right.
Can't go adventuring today. I got the dry torch. Back in the viewing room. Okay.
That's why I invested. Vaseline, get yours today.
Ah.
It helps with the dry torch.
Does it? Does it really? Is it flammable? Is it at all flammable?
I was thinking of petroleum jelly. Oh.
I don't know. It's just got to figure out whatever lights the best, I guess. That's really I'm just going to sit here continuing to imagine that we're just literally talking about a torch. Anyway. Oh my god.
I mean, we are.
I did this to myself, I know. Okay. We are back on the western shore. And we're now going to wash the sin off ourselves by jumping back in the lake. But I'm going to save the game again because of course I will.
I don't know what sin you're talking about. The portal to hell was in Zork 2. We did not go back there.
There's one in Zork 1, as I recall.
Is there? Was it
Yes,
Zork
down
1?
in the basement. Yeah, you go down to the basement.
It was Zork 1. I'm confusing my tortures.
Ah, okay, yes. You're confusing the bouts of self-inflicted pain. Now we shall be cleansed. We have entered the lake. All right. Dive.
That's all.
Okay. Underwater, you're below the surface of the lake. It turns out the lake is quite shallow, and the bottom is only a few feet below you. Considering the frigid temperature of the water, you should probably not plan an extended stay. The lake bottom is sandy, and a few hardy plants and algae live there. There is a Froboz's magic grue repellent here. Something sparkling in the sand catches your eye for a moment. Get all! Sand, you can't take that. Shiny object slips from your grasp and back into the floor of the lake where it is covered in sand. Our score is 2 already, by the way.
Right.
Can't take the plants and algae. A large and hungry-looking fish is swimming in the neighborhood, which is great. Let me try one more time to get the object. And it slips from our grasp back into the lake where it's covered in sand. Okay. And so we run out of air. The icy waters are taking their toll. You will not be able to hold out much longer. You run out of air and return to the surface on the lake. Do we want to go back to the north side, take a breather, come back, try to get the amulet, or do you want to just come back?
Sure.
Yeah.
Might as well get the amulet.
Alrighty. We're gonna probably drop the grue repellent again, but what you gonna do? Wait a minute.
Oh, we should have gone to the other shore.
I know.
That's silly.
It is, isn't it? There is light on the other shore. I forgot.
Now we have to go.
Back in the lake.
It's like we never left.
Dive! Get all! Okay. Okay, we got it this time. We got both the grue repellent and the shiny object, which is a simple gold amulet. And surface? There's no verb in that sentence. Up on the lake. Icy waters are taking their toll. We won't be able to hold out much longer. South? Southern shore. You are on the south shore of the lake. Rock formations prevent movement to the west, and thickening swamp to the east makes the going all but impossible. To the south, where the beach meets a rock formation, you can make out a dark passage, sloping steeply upward into the rock. We are carrying the Golden Amulet and the Froboz's Magic Grew Repellent. I shall save the game once more. It is Grew time. Or anti-Grew time, as the case may be. I forget if we do this before or after. I think we just can enter the darkness and then spray it on ourselves. I think that's what we do. I think.
Yeah.
Alright. It is pitch black. You're likely to be eaten by a Grew. Spray Grew repellent on self. The spray smells like a mixture of old socks and burning rubber. If I were a Grew, I'd sure stay clear.
Good.
I believe it's...
Good.
I believe it's south and east.
Yeah.
You hear sinister gurgling noises in the darkness all around you. It is pitch black. The ground continues to slope upwards, away from the lake. You can barely detect a dim light from the east. East. Key room. You are between some rock and a dark place. Some rock and a dark place. The room is lit dimly from above, revealing a lone, dark path sloping down to the west. To one side of the room is a large manhole cover. The light from above seems to be focused in the center of the room, where a single key is lying in the dust. We shall get the key. We have the key. We'll open the manhole. The cover is moved to one side, a bit to one side, revealing a small hole leading into darkness. That horrible smell is much less pungent now. I guess we're about to do this is all a one-way thing. I don't see any reason to save right now, necessarily, unless we absolutely famous
No,
last
I don't
words.
think so.
Down. Aqueduct. You're in a wide stone channel, part of the water supply system for the great underground empire. The source of water was a waterfall to the south, which has long since dried up. Water flowed along the aqueduct to the north. This region is lit from above. Although a source of light is not apparent, we shall head north. I think we just walk. I think that's it.
Yeah.
High arch. You are now on one of the tallest arches of the aqueduct, hundreds of feet above a rocky chasm. The immensity of the aqueduct project is apparent from here. Stone supports rise from the rock floor to form massive arches, which traverse the region from north to south. The water-carrying channel here is wide and deep. To the west and far below, you can make out a balcony, which must command a wide view of the aqueduct. I remember we first saw the aqueduct from there. I guess we just keep going north, since we can. Yeah. Water slide. You are near the northern end of this segment of the aqueduct system. To the south and slightly uphill, the bulk of the aqueduct looms ominously, towering above a gorge. To the north, the water channel drops precipitously and enters a rocky hole. The damp moss and lichen would certainly make that a one-way trip. Shall we?
I don't think we have anything else we need.
Yeah, I think we're good. This is the very strange sort of speed run version of this that we're doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Go,
north.
go.
Yay. Okay. Damp passage. This is a particularly damp spot, even by dungeon standards. You can see a crossroads to the west and two nearly identical passages lead east and northeast. A stone channel, wide and deep, steeply descends into the room from the south. It is covered with moss and lichen, and is far too slippery to climb. The channel crosses the room, but the opening where it once continued north is now blocked by rubble. So we made it. We are here now, where there is a torch and a broken timber. We are back once again in the damp passage. So I guess, so what order do we want to do stuff in at this point? What do we want to do?
I mean, I don't think it matters. We just have to collect all the things. We just have to do them in an order where we can. We beat the earthquake.
Yes.
And it's not until the earthquake that we can get to the time machine. So
yes.
we have to go say hi to a sailor, We have to go not murder ourselves. Not murder ourselves.
Not murder ourselves. That's important.
We have to go and give us the spoils of the chess.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And and then not break the stick.
Yes, by being trusting. It's very difficult.
Well, I don't know what that is.
I've heard of it somewhere, I think.
I've gotten reassurances lately by watching the Netflix Squid Game, the challenge game show, and I have to tell you, our first thought of not being trusting is right. Apparently, in human nature, this game, however, is wrong. Zork is wrong.
Yeah. I mean, we know that Zork is wrong in so many ways. But I take your point. Wasn't Squid Game... Now, the Squid Game show that came out a few years ago, was that fiction?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen either of these, so I don't know.
The Squid Game is very good. It is a very well done, well acted, well written fucking show that it's pretty brilliant, actually. The game show is fun.
Cool. Yeah. I think it's on my list to watch eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it. But one does what one does. So we'll leave off the right-hand side of things until after the earthquake. And I feel as though, we can't really go and talk to the old man until we have a loaf of bread. Anyway, for those seeking context, we'll have it eventually. As we're just offhandedly mentioning these weird things that we've done. We have several previous episodes if you'd like to see us trying desperately banging our heads against the wall to try to solve this.
So I think we should get the sword. Did we get the sword?
Yeah. We get the sword as soon as we start fighting. We can't actually get the sword out of the rock by ourselves.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I think we should go and we should go into the woods and try to find ourselves.
Yes, yes. Much like Henry David Thoreau.
And then if not, we can go and talk to the sailor, hopefully, and get the thing out of the chest.
Yeah. I would recommend leaving the timber here, and just using this spot as our since it's closer to where we're going to end up at the end anyway. Just kind of using this spot as the drop-off point.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but we'll go ahead and pick up the torch since we need it.
Yeah.
And now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save the game one more time just out of sheer terror.
Paranoia.
Paranoia, yes. All right. So we are heading west to the junction. Now we have all the time in the world. We have a torch. And if we need it, that lantern is still sitting there, but we don't... I don't know if we're going to need the... Should we get the lantern, or does that matter?
We don't need it until later.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or we don't need it. Though it'll be good to know where it is because we might need it later.
Yeah. Should we drop the grue repellent here? Does it matter?
Yeah, it's empty.
Yeah. I mean, there's a use for it later. Either that or the timber, probably. It doesn't really matter what object we use. But yeah.
Yeah, we could not do... We could bring the repellent with us and not do all those steps to that fucking puzzle and just go out the door.
No, the slot's not gonna accept the repellent. It'll only accept the book.
Oh,
That's
really?
the thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it'll
Bullshit.
take away from our end score.
Yeah. Well, we need the book.
We have to
finish
have the book to
everything.
become.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah. Yeah. Alas. Okay.
The books make me look like me. Yeah, because we have to look like us.
The dungeon master, is that?
Yeah.
You have to turn into an old man.
Yeah. Too late.
Tell me about it. Oh boy. All right. Heading west. Junction. You're at the junction of a north-south passage and east-west. And we have the Great Rock embedded within as an elvish sword. I guess we should give it a token try. Just so that it knows. There's nothing special about it. And the rock is only special in that it contains a sword.
Challenge the sword to a staring contest. It has no eyes. We win.
Excellent. There's nothing special. But it knew the word stare, strangely enough. Do we want to just go the same way we went last time to try to encounter ourselves, or do we want to head this way?
Either. Let's try something new.
All right. Barren area. You're west of the junction where the rock-bound passage widens out into a large flat area. Although the land here is barren, you can see vegetation to the west. South of here is a mighty wall of stone, ancient and crumbling. To the southwest, the wall has decayed enough to form an opening through which seeps a thin mist. A trail dips sharply into rocky terrain to the northwest. And so that basically, northwest of here is the hairpin loop, west of here is the cliff, southwest of here is the land of shadow.
I mean, dealer's choice whether we want to do the treasure chest or go walk into the Shadowlands.
Do we want to go ahead and fight ourselves now? Do we want to get that out of the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think just
we might as well. We've done everything else before.
Yeah, that's true.
It's this part, apparently, we had a problem with.
Yeah. So, southwest, we're in the land of shadow. You're in a shadowy land of low, rolling hills stretching out to the west and south. The land is bordered to the north by a massive stone wall, ancient and weathered. The wall has crumbled enough at one point to permit passage. You can hear quiet footsteps nearby. I'm going to save the game one more time, because this is where I should have saved it the first time around. And I guess we can either keep moving or just wait for him to show up. I guess listen to footsteps. No, it doesn't know. It doesn't know. Just hang out, or do we want to move?
We can. But I mean, let's move. Like, we can just walk around until it happens.
All right. Just kind of. Where do you want to go?
Yeah. Just I don't know. Yeah. South.
South?
Yeah.
South. Land of Shadow. You're in a dark and shadowy land. All around you are gentle hills and eerie shadows. Far above, shrouded in mist, you can barely make out the ceiling of the enormous cavern that spans this entire land. Keep heading south, I guess. Land of Shadow, you're in an ominously dark land of rolling hills. The ground becomes softer to the south. There isn't much to the south, though.
No, I mean, just, yeah, go, I don't know, go, like, south and north, or...
Wait, here we are.
Is it west?
Land of Shadow. Yeah, sorry, I went west.
Yeah.
You're near the southern end of the Land of Shadow. The ground here is soft and spongy, and it becomes quicksand to the south. North and east of here are gentle, rolling hills. A gentle sea breeze wafts over a steeply sloping path to the west. Through the shadows, a cloaked and hooded figure appears before you, blocking the northeastern exit from the room and carrying a brightly glowing sword.
Good.
From nowhere, the sword from the junction appears in your hand, wildly glowing. I'm going to save one more time because it took a minute to get here.
Yeah. This will be called Don't Murder Me.
Yeah. All right. So, how do we want to approach this time?
Well, we got to beat ourselves up, so we might as well attack.
Okay. Hang on. Can it? I was wondering about examining him. I don't know if that's going to help. There's nothing special. He catches you off guard and wounds you. Okay, fine. Let's attack him. The hooded figure is hit with a quick slash. The figure has a light wound, which hasn't affected its seemingly great strength. Your quick reflexes cannot stop the hooded figure's stroke. You're hit. We're gonna die in a minute, because I hesitated like an idiot. The quick stroke with hooded figure is on guard. The hooded figure tries to sneak past your guard, but you twist away. A quick stroke catches the hooded figure off guard. Blood trickles down the figure's arm. The figure has some wounds and is probably not capable of hindering your movement. The hooded figure stabs nonchalantly with its sword and misses. I think we can keep going. Quick stroke, the hooded figure's on guard. Figure thrust, but you fight back and send it flying to the ground.
Yeah. Now take its hood.
Can it get close enough to the hooded figure to remove the hood? You dodge as the hooded figure comes in low. Okay, I guess we should keep fighting then. Is that... Do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Attack figure with sword, you charge, but the hooded figure jumps nimbly aside. The hooded figure catches you off guard and wounds you. How are we doing? Hurt quite badly. One major wound would probably kill you. Of course, we could go under the theory that he's not going to kill us. Because...
I mean, he killed us the first time.
Did he?
Yep.
He did, didn't he?
Yep.
Agnabbit. Okay, a sharp thrust of the hooded figure is badly wounded. There we are, okay. Get hood? You slowly remove the hood from your badly wounded opponent and recoil in horror at the sight of your own face, weary and wounded. A faint smile comes to the lips, and then the face starts to change very slowly into that of an old, wizened person. The image fades, and with it the body of your hooded opponent. The cloak remains on the ground. All that.
We just had our Darth Vader and Obi-Wan moment rolled into one.
I know. Very strange. Get the cloak. You are now wearing the cloak. I was hoping the cloak had printed on it. I played this game 3 times and all I got was this stupid cloak. Unfortunately, it does not. But we have it now. Thankfully, we are now encloaked. I'm gonna hit diagnose real quick. You have a few wounds which do not seriously impair your strength. Okay. So we'll be fine. We just gotta walk it off. We have the cloak! We did it!
Now we just have to do everything else.
Yes! So, what next?
I mean, we're already... Yeah, might as well go see if the sailor's out there.
Gotcha.
And then if not, yeah, go for the treasure chest.
Alrighty. I think this goes faster when you know what to do, I think, probably. Ah, here we go. Flathead Ocean, you're at the shore of an amazing underground sea, the topic of many a legend among adventurers. Few were known to have arrived at this spot, and fewer to return. There is a heavy surf, and a breeze is blowing on shore. The land rises steeply to the east, and quicksand prevents movement to the south. A thick mist covers the ocean and extends over the hills to the east. A path leads north along the beach. Passing along the shore is now an old boat reminiscent of an ancient Viking ship. Standing on the prow of the ship is an old and crusty sailor peering out over the misty ocean.
Oh, hi, sailor.
At long last, we can use the phrase uttered in the first game. What? Because I put it in... It's because... I did it wrong, didn't I? The boat sails silently through the mist and out of sight. Nothing happens anymore.
It's gone forever. No, it comes back. I believe we've seen it multiple times.
Multiple iterations.
No, I think multiple times.
Oh, there's an earthquake. There's a great tremor from within the earth. The entire dungeon shakes violently and loose debris starts to fall from above you.
Right.
Here we go. Passing alongside the shore is an old boat. Let me try that in better formatting. There we go. The seaman looks up and maneuvers the boat toward the shore. He cries out, "I have waited 3 ages, or games, for someone to say those words and save me from sailing this endless ocean. Please accept..." Maybe he does come around. Maybe you're right. I just only remember it being once per thing. I don't know. Please accept this gift. You may find it useful. He throws something which falls near you in the sand, then sails off toward the west, singing a lively but somewhat uncouth sailor song. There is a vial here. The boat sails silently through the mist and out of sight. Okay, we now have the vial with the stuff we need to pass the guards. I guess it's, we're gonna get up back on top of the cliff now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Righto. Cliff base. You're at the base of a steep cliff. Directly above you is a wide ledge, and far above that some natural sunlight can be seen. To the northeast is a steeply climbing path, and the ground becomes sandy toward the south. Northeast, hairpin loop. You are at a sharp turn on a narrow and steeply sloping path. Strewn with boulders of various sizes, the path climbs sharply toward a desolate plain to the southeast. Southwest of here, the path winds down to the base of a cliff. Southeast, barren area. You are west of the junction, or the rock bound, but we already read this. You can see vegetation to the west. West, to the vegetation! Cliff. This is a remarkable spot in the dungeon. Perhaps 200 feet above you is a gaping hole in the earth's surface, through which pours bright sunshine. A few seedlings from the world above, nurtured by the sunlight and occasional rains, have grown into giant trees, making this a virtual oasis in the desert of the underground empire. To the west is a sheer precipice, dropping nearly 50 feet to the jagged rocks below. The way south is barred by a forbidding stone wall. Crumbling from age, there is a jagged opening in the wall to the southwest through which leaks a fine mist. The land to the east looks lifeless and barren. A rope is tied to one of the large trees here and is dangling over the side of the cliff, reaching down to the shelf below. It seems as if somebody has been here recently, as there is some fresh bread lying beneath one of the other trees. You seem to hear from the southwest the sounds of the sea.
All right.
We,
Take the bread, climb down the rope.
Yes. Yes. Take bread. We have the bread. I'm going to save just in case I mess up again. Because these things happen. Climb down rope. Cliff ledge. This is a rock-strewn ledge near the base of a tall cliff. The bottom of the cliff is another 15 feet below. You have little hope of climbing up the cliff face, but you might be able to scramble down from here, though it's doubtful you could return. A long piece of rope is dangling from the top of the cliff and is within your reach. A large chest, closed and locked, is lying among the boulders. Yell at chest. No, it doesn't understand. It doesn't know.
Throw chest off cliff.
Yeah! The cliff is above you. Push chest. Pushing the chest doesn't work. Pick up chest. Taken. Drop chest. Hang on. Throw chest.
Throw chest, yeah.
What do you want to throw chest off? The cliff. Cliff is above you. Damn it. I was trying to figure this out.
Cliff face.
The cliff face. Yeah.
Throw chest off cliff face.
Damn it. that could break it open. Anyway. I know. He's there. He's waiting for us. At the edge of the cliff above you, a man appears, looks down at you, and speaks. Hello down there. You seem to have a problem. Maybe I can help you. He chuckles in an unsettling sort of way. Perhaps if you tied that chest to the end of the rope, I might be able to drag it up for you. Then I'll be more than happy to help you up. He laughs again. Sadistic bastard.
I'm pretty sure all of our problems would be solved if we just threw this off the cliff.
I know, right?
Wait, can you throw it off the ledge? Because we're on the ledge.
The chest falls to the base of the cliff below. Damn it! Should we go down and look?
I mean, we should, but then we should restore because it's
yeah,
not.
Probably.
We definitely broke the game.
Look at chest. Open chest. Break chest. Although this is the first time we've gotten it off the ledge.
Yeah.
Alright, fine. We probably broke the game.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, climb down a rope. Do I have the bread? Dude, hang on. Get bread.
I just love the idea of us leading over the edge going, go ahead and tie the chest on. It'll be fine. And us going, yeah, fuck you, me.
Oh, you think he's... Oh, is he also us?
You don't know how much of a dick I am.
I mean, you know, it's fair.
Just want to hear him go, oh, I should have seen that coming.
Yeah, I mean, adventurers are basically jerks.
Yeah.
Everyone. Ah. Okay, I guess, hang on, get chest. Alright, we have to take it and then he shows up. Okay.
Yeah.
Tie chest to rope. The chest is now tied to the rope. The man above you looks pleased. Now there's a good friend. Thank you very much indeed. He pulls on the rope and the chest is lifted to the top of the cliff and out of sight. With a short laugh, he disappears. I'll be back in a short while, are his last words.
The fucked up thing is he comes back.
I know. You cannot play Diddlywinks. Sit. Do you want to sit up? Sit down. But do you want to sit down? This makes no sense. A familiar voice calls down to you. Are you still there? He bellows through the coarse laugh. Well then, grab onto the rope and we'll see what we can do. Rope drops to within your reach. Grab rope. You grab securely onto the rope. The man starts to heave on the rope, and within a few moments you arrive at the top of the cliff. The man removes the last few valuables from the chest and prepares to leave. You've been a good sport. Here, take this for whatever good it is. I can't see that I'll be needing one. He hands you a plain wooden staff from the bottom of the chest and begins examining his valuables. The chest, open and empty, is at your feet. Your friend, moving quickly, dodges behind some trees and is lost from sight. I just did inventory just to see what it was. Look at staff. It's nothing special about it, is there? Nope, nothing at all. But our score is now 5.
Chuck it along.
Yeah. Should we just go ahead and leave the chest here? Does it matter? I don't think anything matters.
I don't think the chest matters.
Do things matter?
Very much they do not.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's see, what next?
I guess we're at the point of time travel.
Alrighty. Yep. We can go in there, we can go in. We can do the puzzle again.
We do the puzzle and we can get the ring.
Yep.
And then
oh, that's right. That was the ring we needed.
Besides getting to the end, wait. If you scroll up, move up.
Yes.
Yeah. Besides getting to the dungeon entrance, are there any objects in there that we need?
I don't think so. I think that. Yeah, I think that everything. I mean, we've got the puzzle box we have to do. The puzzle box room.
But what I'm saying is, if we go into the engraving,
we have to leave something in the beam room. But nothing we pick up. No.
If we go to the engravings room and we just say the phrase,
ooh,
to get us to the end, like that'll be something just to try to see if we can do it.
And just break the game that way. Okay,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
All right, yeah. Time travel.
Right, time travel. Okie doke. We will now be heading. Let's see, we're up on the cliff, so we're just going to head east and then south to the creepy crawl and east through a tight squeeze and over to the Royal Hall. And start that phase of things. All right. We're carrying many things. Here we go. Barren area. We're going east to the junction. Heading south to the creepy crawl. East to the tight squeeze. East to the crystal grotto. South. I'm sorry, we're doing this again for the first time. The crystal grotto is a chamber of breathtaking beauty. Mighty stalagmites form structured shapes of rock, encrusted with crystalline formations. Phosphorescent mosses, fed by a trickle of water from some unseen source above, makes the crystals glow and sparkle with every color of the rainbow. There's an opening to the west and a man-made passage headed south. South, Royal Hall. This is the north end of a large hall with a vaulted ceiling. A long tiled hallway leads north through a tall arch. Although the origin or purpose of this room is unclear, there is a large rendering of the royal seal of Lord Dimwit Flathead carved on the wall. The seal is vintage Flathead with signs of excess nearly everywhere. It consists of a curiously flat-headed figure wearing a gaudy crown surrounded by the crown jewels of the Empire. It's funny.
Nice.
I think this must be where Flathead ruled the Great Underground Empire from. We continue south to the Great Door.
Good.
This is... Everything okay? Do we need a sec?
Yeah, I need a sec, but I don't have to. I just have to visually disappear. I can audibly still be here.
Okay, sure, no problem. He vanishes into the ether to go and dangle a rope over the side of the cliff and ask an adventurer to tie a chest to it. Great Door. This is the south end of a monumental hall, full of dust and debris from a recent earthquake. To the east is a great iron door, rusted shut. To its right, however, is a gaping cleft in the rock and behind a cleared area. Well, hang on. This is a royal hall.
Good.
Wasn't there a throne room in Zork 2, or am I misremembering? Now that I'm thinking about it.
I think misremembering. I think there was the treasure room for the dragon.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, not a big deal. I just remember something. There was like a canyon, and at the south end of the canyon where we were trying to find a way around the carousel room, where I was trying to find the underside of the carousel room and I couldn't. But
yeah, I don't.
For some reason, I thought there might have been a throne room down there. Maybe not. Anyway, doesn't matter. But I just thought. Anyway, so we can just go east and around this door because we have been earthquaked. We're now at the museum entrance. This is the entrance to the Royal Museum, the finest and grandest in the Great Underground Empire. To the south, down a few steps, is the entrance to the Royal Puzzle, and to the east, through a stone door, is the Royal Jewel Collection. A wooden door to the north is open and leads to the Museum of Technology. To the west is a great iron door rusted shut. To its left, however, is a cleft in the rock, providing a western route away from the museum. So,
Good.
shall we, do we want to do this in the same order as we did? Do we want to do the puzzle first and then the
Yeah, I mean, either
time travel?
I mean, was it an order or was it a lack of being able to figure that shit out? So either is fine.
Fair. I guess we'll go ahead and head south and try to do the puzzle room. You have said you remember its original layout, yes?
Yeah. Don't we have to go back in time to do the puzzle room? Or no?
No.
No, that's right. Because it kicks us out.
Royal Puzzle Entrance. This is a small square room in the middle of which is a perfectly round hole through which you can discern the floor some 10 feet below. The place under the hole is dark, but it appears to be completely enclosed in rock. In any event, it doesn't seem likely that you could climb back up. Exits are west and a few steps up north. Lying on the ground is a small note of some kind. Let's read the note. As though for the first time, warning! The royal puzzle is quite dangerous and it is possible to become trapped within its confines. Please do not enter the puzzle after hours or when museum personnel are not present. The management. I'm gonna save again. Just in case. Because I know if I can mess up going to a beach and yelling at a sailor, I can certainly mess up this. All right.
I mean, to be fair, normally when you go to the beach, the sailors are yelling at you. So.
I mean, yes, that's often the case.
So dumb. Why am I so dumb?
But anyway. Let's see. All right, I guess we'll go down and start doing this.
Yeah.
I have a slight concern in the back of my head about inventory management, but I think we'll probably be fine.
We have.
We're not carrying. I mean, we're carrying a staff, a piece of whey bread, a vial, a cloak, a hood, a sword, a torch, a strange key, and a golden amulet. We're wearing 3 of those things.
Well, you just saved it, so if we have trouble picking up anything, we can go right back here, right?
Yes, this is true.
And we'll know.
This is true.
We'll know before we have to move all of the pillars.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Down. Room and a puzzle. You're in a small square room bounded to the north and west with marble walls, and to the east and south with sandstone walls. Now is the time to open up the other map.
Yeah.
And now I have to remember where the other map is. Let me see. Because I placed it... I think, yes. Here we go. Royal Puzzle 4, maybe? Dang it. How do I do that without... I can't just open it here because it'll... Or will it? It doesn't matter, I haven't changed
I
this
feel
map.
like you did. Okay.
So, I guess this was here.
Yes.
This sandstone wall, yeah.
Yeah, and the rest of it is correct.
Just to show where. Okay. Alrighty. So to start off, let's see. Push east wall, right?
Yep.
Okay. Wall slides forward and you follow it. The architecture of this region is getting complex, so that further descriptions with the diagrams will be diagrams of the immediate vicinity in a 3x3 grid. The walls here are rock. There's 2 different types, sandstone and marble. The following notations will be used, showing our position, the marble wall, the sandstone wall, and unknown, something blocked by walls. And that shows us our map. I'm going to go ahead and switch the screen a little bit just so that folks can follow along as we're using our map that we very lovingly constructed a bit ago.
Yeah.
So we should be here.
Now if we go south 3 times and east twice and push that wall east.
And east once at least, and push that wall east.
Yeah, so that green sandstone wall east 1, and then that should find us our thing.
Yeah, that'll give us the thing. That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start
and then
with
we
that.
can push the south wall once.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let me let me turn on the this thing where I can just keep this on top for a bit. There we go. All right, so south. There's a ladder here firmly attached to the wall. That's right. That's good. That's to the west wall. That's this one. Okay. But we don't need to mess with that yet. And east puts us here. And you want to
push the east wall.
Gotcha. Push east wall.
And that moves us forward one.
Wall barely gives, it says.
What? What do you mean barely?
I'm just saying, it says the wall barely gives. Maybe there's something here.
What was...
I know that it doesn't make sense. Because we had it, right? It was right so far.
Yeah, and there's sandstone there. It should move.
It should, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
But it said the wall barely gives. It means that, I mean, that has to mean there's something here. You think it changed? Should we try pushing the south wall?
Well, the south wall will break the door.
Oh, that's true. That'll keep us from being able to do anything there.
All right. Well, I mean,
you want to circle around and look?
Yeah. No, go above it and press that wall, that same stone south.
South? Okay.
Yeah,
maybe there's nothing there.
Maybe that piece. Yeah, maybe that piece is down one or over one.
Yeah,
already.
yeah. Okay. I can do that.
That doesn't make sense either, because you have to move.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I guess go ahead and try it. Yeah.
Let's see what this says. So we've got, thus far, it's adhering to everything we've done. So putting us here.
North, east, and then push wall south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me try push south wall. Wall slides forward and you follow it to this position.
Okay.
So
All right.
this,
so
I don't know where this is.
Oh, that one. No, that one is up under the MM.
Oh, that's
It's
here.
to
Yeah,
our-
that's here.
yeah, it's right
Gotcha.
there.
Okay.
Okay, so
All
now
right.
that one's down one.
So that's down there.
Okay.
And that's
so
the.
I
That's
just
where
had those two switched, basically.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So south one to this. That's where we are now.
And then we push it south again.
Yeah. Well, the center of the floor here is noticeably depressed, much like the rest of us. Nestled
guess
in
we
the
could
in the niche.
Get the book.
An old and dusty book. Yes. Get book. We have the book. Examine book. The book is written in. Hang on. Let me undo this real quick. The book is written in a strong and elegant hand and is full of strange and wondrous pictures. The text is in a tongue unknown to you and is penned in many colors. Some of the words seem to change color as you read them. The book itself is very old, and the page is dry and brittle. I have no idea what we're going to use this for, but I figure maybe we'll use it in the dungeon. When we eventually get to the dungeon.
Yeah.
In the meantime, here, I'll put that back on top there. So, if we push the south wall, that'll put that there, right? That's what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yes. It should be okay, shouldn't it? Yeah. Push south wall. Do you mind terribly if I save it here real quick?
That's
just
fine.
in case? Yeah.
I mean, I have a path all set out
Yeah.
where we
Not that I don't believe in you or anything, but like I said, I know that I can mess stuff up quickly.
But I'm a dirty liar. I get you.
Push south wall.
Yeah.
Okay, wall slides forward. It's in this position.
Yep.
It should not be
All right.
possible to push it further south at this point.
Right.
So
so
we're
if
set
we,
up
if
like
we
this.
push the west wall twice, we can throw that into the corner.
Okay, yeah.
We don't need it.
Okay, we can do that. Push west wall, and then we'll move it over one, and we'll do that again, and that moves it into the corner.
Yeah.
Ah!
There we go.
Fix the structural integrity of where we are.
And then while
Okay.
we're over there, we can go back to the entrance and push that wall south.
This one south?
Also.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a ladder there, yes. Heading further north and west back to the entrance. There's the ceiling above you is a large circular opening. Push south wall. That moves us here.
Okay. And then the sandstone in the top right, we can push one to the right.
Okay.
So push
This
push
one?
the east wall over. Yep.
Okay.
So west and south,
East,
west, or
south,
sorry, east and south, and east, and north,
east,
and push the east wall.
east. Should we do our due diligence and go down and look at the door, or just leave that alone?
We can leave. We can leave it alone. We're about to do something over there anyway, so.
Yeah. East, north. There's a ladder here firmly attached to the east wall. That's the one we want to get eventually up here.
Right. We want to go to the one above that one.
All right.
And push the east wall.
Push east wall. All right. That moves us
over.
there. Ah. Let me update the map here. There we are.
Okay. And then the sandstone that is at the bottom of the row that we're on top of now.
Mm-hmm.
We want to push west twice and then down twice to block off the door.
Wait, what? Are you talking about this one?
Nope.
Or this one?
Nope. Down 2.
Oh, that one.
Yep.
Oh. You want to block the door off completely? We can.
Yes.
That'll get it out of the way.
It completely gets it out of the way. It makes a little bit more movement.
Yeah, okay, we can do that. Let me see. All right.
Because then all we'll have to move is the sandstone with the ladder.
Okay. Down here now. I guess we, if we do our due diligence, we can go and look at the door before we seal it up forever. Yeah. In the center of the west wall is a door which is closed. On one side of the door is a narrow slot. Examine slot. Open slot. Look through slot. Look at door. Open door. You can't force it open. Alright, that's all we need to know.
Okay.
Okay, so pushing this over here and down here.
Yeah.
Alright. North. East. 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 North. Puts us there. Push west wall.
Push west wall.
We'll do that again. And
Northwest.
then we gotta head north and west. Over up here. Push south wall. That's down here. And push south wall again to seal off the door. Ah, yes. The wall slides forward and you follow it to this. You hear a soft snap from behind the wall you were pushing.
Yeah, good. Fuck that door.
Excellent. Screw that door, man.
Now if we do push
You
the
get
ladder
nothing.
wall,
Nothing.
yeah. Good day, sir. Yeah, so we push
back
that
up
wall
here?
west.
Yeah.
And then down twice, and then west twice, and then up the rest of the way, and then we can get out.
There. Push. Push west wall. Slides this way. And we go north and west. I know this might be a little tedious, just me updating the map the whole time, but I just want to make sure that my brain is loading properly. Push. And so that everyone can follow along with what we're doing.
Yeah.
Push south wall. And we got to do that twice, right?
Correct.
Okay. So down one and down one more. So we're there now. And we'll come around. Just west, south, south, east, east, north. West, south, south.
East, east.
East, east.
North, north.
North.
Or just north. Heh.
And so we came around there. Push this west twice, right?
Yep.
Push west wall. And push the west wall one more time. And the two ladders are touching. And we come around just underneath it, right?
Yep.
All right. South and west. We'll now head north. Oh, sorry, push north wall. That's like that. There's a ladder here firmly attached to the west wall. How strange. Push north wall. Moves this up here. And one more time, pushing the north wall. Moves us here. And we can now head west and north. And in the ceiling above you is a large circular opening. There's a ladder here, firmly attached to the east wall.
Perfect.
Excellent. Good, good. I'm going to flip us back to this view. Climb ladder. Back at the Royal Puzzle entrance. Our score is 6. This is a small square room, in the middle of which we already did this. Your score is potential is 6 out of a possible 7 in 224 moves. We are just chugging along here. All right. I'll go ahead and save this as puzzle 5 just so that it's there, and then I will reopen the other one that we had. But we are back to where we were, and so now, are we doing the time travel?
Yeah, might as well. We're here, right?
Alrighty. We've got. I know we only have a few more minutes before you have to dive out. Do we want to tackle the time travel before you?
Yeah. We can. I think we can do the time travel.
Okie doke. Here we go. Speed run.
I think we can do the time travel, run over the door, and say the words. I think we can find out if we succeeded.
We'll try that. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So we're heading.
See if we can skip.
Yeah, I know, right? See if we can keep that vial and be invisible to someone else. Can we cheat? So north to the museum entrance. Now, just for due diligence, let's see. Open stone door. And east is the jewel room. You're in a high-ceiling chamber in the middle of which sits a tall, round steel cage, which is securely locked. In the middle of the cage is a pedestal on which sit the crown jewels of the Great Underground Empire, a scepter, a jeweled knife, and a golden ring. A small bronze plaque, now tarnished, is on the cage. Read plaque. Dedicated 777 GUE. The crown jewels presented to the Royal Museum by His Gracious Lord Dimwit Flathead. So we now know the date. We'll head back west. We'll open the wooden door, which is already open, so why am I bothering? North. To the Technology Museum. This is a large hall which hosted the technological exhibits of the Great Underground Empire. A door to the south is open. Directly in front of you is a large golden machine, which has a seat with a console in front. On the console is a single button and a dial connected to a 3-digit display which reads 948. The machine is surprisingly shiny and shows few signs of age. A strange gray machine shaped somewhat like a clothes dryer is on one side of the room. On the other side of the hall is a powerful-looking black machine, a tight tangle of wires, pipes, and motors. A plaque is mounted near the door. The writing is faded, however, and cannot be made out clearly. The two machines seem to be in bad shape, rusting in many spots. Okay. So, what do we do? We gotta move it first, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we have to put it in the other room, right?
Push time machine south. We know it's a time machine. We all know this. Back to the museum entrance. With some effort, you push the machine into the room with you. Push time machine east. Into the jewel room. With some effort, you push the machine into the room with you. Okay. I guess all our stuff is going to end up here. Probably.
Right.
Unless we would just want to drop it all right now.
I mean, it can stay in this room. It's the future.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go ahead and save before we do this, just because, once again, like I said, I never underestimate the power of my power of my own tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Time. Travel. We're on save number 69, just for anyone who's keeping track of such things. Drop all. Okay. Sit in time machine. You're now in the gold machine. Turn dial to 776. Dial is set to 776. Push button. You experience a brief period of disorientation. When your vision returns, your surroundings appear to have changed. From outside the door, you hear the sounds of guards talking. You notice that the golden machine has disappeared. Now we can look. You're in a jewel room. In the jewel room, you're in a high-ceilinged chamber, in the center of which is a pedestal, which is the intended home of the crown jewels of the great underground empire. A jeweled knife, a golden ring, and the royal scepter. The room is, by appearances, unfinished. And we shall take the ring.
My precious.
Yes! You're now wearing the golden ring. I see nothing special about the golden ring.
Then you're a fool.
I know, right? What the hell? You have to put it in a fireplace first. I think that's how that works. Before you see anything special about it. Does the voice not call out to you? The voices are muffled by the door, which, fortunately for you, separates you. They seem to be in heated debate on the topic of the soon-to-be-constructed royal puzzle.
Yeah, it's not all it cracked up to be.
Yeah. I guess we'll just wait for them to leave.
Yep.
Time passes. You hear from outside the door guards moving away, their voices fading. After a few moments, a booming crash signals the close of what must be a tremendous door. Then there is silence. You open the stone door. The door is now open. We have a score of 7 now, by the way.
Nice, nice.
Museum entrance. This appears to be an unfinished entranceway to the Royal Museum. There are doors to the east and north, and a blind stairway to the south. The heavy iron door to the west is closed and locked. North, the wooden door is closed. Open wooden door! Wooden door opens. North, Technology Museum. You are in a large, unfinished room, probably intended to be a part of the Royal Museum. A strange gray machine, shaped somewhat like a clothes dryer, is on one side of the room. On the other side of the hall is a powerful-looking black machine, a tight tangle of wires, pipes, and motors. A plaque is mounted near the door. The gray machine, it turns out, is a Froboz's magic pressurizer used in the coal mines of the Empire in Zork 1. The black machine is a Froboz's magic room spinner. The golden machine, used in Zork 2. Annoyingly.
Effectively?
No, just used, not used effectively. I sometimes wonder.
Pretty sure we were used during Zork 2.
I know, right? I have to wonder sometimes if the what other room we set in motion when we switched it, because I think another room starts spinning around at that point. I seem to recall.
It matters not.
Nah, not really. The golden machine is referred to as a temporizer. All are non-working models, so to speak, donated by Frobozco President John D. Flathead. Directly in front of you is a large golden machine, which has a seat with a console in front. On the console is a single button and a dial connected to a 3-digit display which reads 776. The machine is surprisingly shiny and shows few signs of age. Now, I'm going to save real quick again because I remember it's tricky typing this incorrectly.
Right, and we might run out of turns.
Exactly.
Before it sends us back to the future.
Lift seat. You notice a small hollow area under the seat. Hide ring in hollow under seat. Hide ring under seat. The ring is concealed underneath the seat. Close seat.
Yeah.
Lower seat. Oh, God.
Look at the seat.
We can't seat. There's nothing on the seat. Okay.
Sit.
We might be okay. Sit in seat. You're now in the gold machine. Yeah, okay, we're fine, I
Okay,
think.
we're good. We're good.
Read plaque. Plaque merely identifies the machines and names their donor. They are not non-working models of existing state-of-the-art machinery. Okay. We just wait till we jump back to the present?
I think so. I think we've done everything correctly. The knife gets found out if we put it under there.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Right, the dagger.
Yeah.
I have the hiccups, apparently.
Oh, no! That's not good.
Or,
you know something...
or it was just one, so...
Something strange that I found that works for me anyway is I take a tiny little bit of soy sauce and I ingest just a tiny bit, and that often stops my hiccups. Usually does. I don't know why.
Bea has a whole process that works for her every time.
Oh yes.
Yeah. It's like one of those, like, you know, hold your nose and drink water or something, but it always works for her.
A Rube Goldberg type affair.
Yeah.
Time keeps passing. Yeah, dang it. I'm just going to turn the dial to the present day. What is the present day? 9:48?
And this is how we die.
This is how we die.
What killed you? Lack of patience.
Yep. Guess I'll press the button now. I think the present is 9:48.
Yeah.
Oh, God. You experience a brief period of disorientation when your vision returns. Your surroundings appear somewhat altered. Okay. Exit machine. Gold machine. Stand up! Lift the seat. You find the ring under the seat and put it on your finger. Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, open wooden door. The door keeps closing on us. South. Open stone door. Everything reset. And all our stuff is here, so we might be in the right time.
Yeah.
Get all. West. The museum entrance. And, wait a minute. Yep, no, we can continue west to the Great Door. All right.
Yeah.
Just, I was worried because it didn't talk about the gash next to the door.
Right.
It's like, what happened? Didn't talk about that gash in the wall that happened with the earthquake. Royal Hall, Crystal Grotto, and we'll head west into the tight squeeze, west to the creepy crawl, and back north to the junction and the Great Rock. The east is the damp passage, where we left the grue repellent and the broken timber. I'm gonna save here for reasons. Just assuming for a moment, if things don't work out and we end up having to go up and we have to leave an item behind, do we want to leave behind the grue repellent or the broken timber?
Grue repellent, because that we've used for something.
Okay. Taken.
We want to leave that behind.
All right. So now we shall head to the engravings room. If we are ready.
All right.
You're in a room with passages heading southwest and southeast. The north wall is ornately carved, filled with strange runes and writing in an unfamiliar language. Salmon runes. The runes are in an ancient language. Some pictures among the runes depict flames, stone statues, and figures of old men. And this, I think, is the room where we say the phrase. The old man is not here. We have not... We'd have to do the going back and forth into the room to get him to show up. But shall we just go ahead and try saying the phrase?
Yeah, we saved. Yeah?
Yeah, just before we came in here, yeah.
Okay.
Just before we picked up the repellent and came in.
We can try saying the phrase.
Okay, Frotz Osmu, that's the phrase. Okay. And he said the quotes are very important. All right.
Hello, sailor.
Yeah,
Consistency.
Yeah, I know, right? Frotz Osmu. Talking to yourself is said to be a sign of impending mental collapse.
All right, so back and forth until after he shows up, and then try it again.
Yeah, okay. Southwest, broken timber, northeast, engravings room. Southeast, dead end. Northwest, engravings room. Here we go. You're in a room with passages heading southwest, southeast, north walls, engraving room. An old and wizened man is huddled asleep in the corner. He is snoring loudly. From his appearance, he is weak and frail. Your sword has begun to glow very brightly. Stab him! No. Let's see. How did we do this before? I can't remember. I'm just gonna save again, because we had to do that so much. And I have no patience anymore. I have no chill! I have none! Did we wake him up first?
I mean, just try giving him the bread.
He is asleep! It says... What did we do? Did we talk to him? Can't remember.
Yeah. Or shake him.
He's sleeping soundly and does not respond. Wake, old man. The old man is roused to consciousness. Alright. He peers at you through eyes which appear much younger and stronger than his frail body. The frail body. His frail body, and waits as if expecting something to happen. Give bread to man. He looks up at you and takes the whey bread from you. Slowly he eats the bread and pauses when he has finished. He starts to speak. Perhaps what you seek is through there. He points at the carved wall to the north, where you now notice the bare outline of a secret door When you turn back to the old man, you notice that he is gone. Your sword is no longer glowing. I shall save once again. You're now in a post-old man society. That's terrifying.
All right. And then just try saying it again.
Yes.
And if it doesn't work this time, then we have to do the next part.
Yeah. Rot's Osmo. Nope. Talking to yourself, they say.
All right.
Yeah.
Well.
Actually, talking to yourself, they have since found is much healthier than they thought back in 1982. But I guess that'll be it for this time then. Yeah. So do we want to just sort of bookmark it here, and then we'll do the puzzle next time and the puzzle room next time,
and then move forward.
And then actually maybe make it to the end of the game. You never know.
What a dick.
I
This
know,
game.
right? It's just mean. Just full of meanness and terrible and just terrible prodding at people just trying to get by. We're just trying to get through the dungeon and take everything that isn't nailed down. What's so terrible about that, I ask you?
What a bunch of dicks. That's all I'm saying. What a bunch of dicks.
I mean, fair. I mean, absolutely fair. But, you know, what can one do? What can one do? All right.
yeah.
Awesome, sir. Well, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thanks for having me again.
Yay! We're so close.
I know. The journey's almost over.
I know. We're getting there, man. We're getting there. Now, next time, folks will get to watch us endlessly go back to banging our heads against the wall as we try to figure out how to get through the dungeon. Which will hopefully be ready by the time we get there now. We have everything now. All the things we need.
Whole game is a damn time loop.
I know. This is not uncommon. Sorry, go ahead.
We're gonna walk into the void. We're gonna revive ourselves into life multiple times just to keep doing this. And our whole point of living is to get back to the point where we revive ourselves into living through the...
I know, right? Oh, Jesus. Well, thank you so much for hanging out and doing this. It's the time loop thing, I will say, is not unusual for Infocom. They would do things like this in future games, I need to point out.
Yeah.
I will not say specifically what or how, or but I know of at least 2 instances when they do it again.
Cool.
There are at least 2 other games in which something like this happens. And
when you have a valid format. Yeah.
And it actually makes sense with one of them. There's well, sort of, as much as a time loop can make sense of this kind.
My favorite representation of a good time loop is the movie Time Crimes.
I don't think I've actually seen that.
I believe it's a Spanish movie. I saw it at a film festival, subtitled and whatnot, and it is excellent. It's excellent. But it definitely has a lot of this where you see things that show up that you do later or things like that.
Okay. Well, I'll actually have to check that out. What was it called again? The
Time Crimes.
Time Crimes. I will put that on my list of things to check out. I was just remembering that the most Byzantine time travel movie I've ever seen is Primer. I don't know if you've seen that.
That That sounds familiar.
They don't exactly do a time loop. They sort of do. But the way they do it, minor spoilers for the movie Primer. The way they do it is that all the timelines are overlaid on top of each other and happening simultaneously.
Okay.
So like any change that you do in the future has always happened.
Right.
When you go back in time. So it's very, but they do it in a way, they tried to do it as realistically as possible, which means that people are scrambling around and not knowing what the hell is going on. As weird stuff, as you know, they start seeing things and they're like, wait, what's happening? Are we going to do this? Is this the problem?
Right.
So there's a lot of that.
Okay.
But thank you so much for coming and hanging out and doing this. I very much appreciate it. We're close to the end. I feel it. I feel that we are close. We have a score of 7 out of 7, for God's sake.
I mean, I gotta say, this is like just the quickest game ever. An hour and a half run through? No problem.
Yeah, real fast.
Yeah. Info games are bitch.
They certainly can be. They certainly can be. I'm telling you.
No. Like they're a whiny bit. Like they ain't nothing.
See, what we'll need to play after this is Sea Stalker. So
don't let them know they've won.
Tell them. See, what we'll need to do after this is Sea Stalker.
Okay.
And because if you want an easy one, because that one apparently there are like 4 or 5 different ways of solving it, and you just sort of coast through until the end. But in any case, was there anything else you wanted to let us or the audience know? No. I'm good. Hopefully there will be things to know about in the new year. Excellent. Awesome, sir. Awesome. Well, as for me, there are things happening on Saturday evening. I'm going to be over on the Praxagora Thesmophoria, that Twitch channel, where we are going to be playing a one-shot of Alien, the Alien RPG, tabletop RPG. And then there are other things kind of in the works. We'll see what happens. I just gotta actually get the thing going. That's the important thing. And I'm sort of doing video games and stuff here. I've been obsessed with the game Among Trees lately. I try to slowly build up this cabin in the woods. It's a very chill survival game, strangely enough. So that's been like the main thing lately. And there will be more. More things will happen. Just gotta actually push them into place, and then we'll see. Much like sandstone blocks. And I can eventually climb my way out of this strange ambivalence I find myself in most days. But in the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we will see you all of a sudden. Farewell.
Bye.